So many undead, and not a single necromancer? Highly unusual.
What do we do now?
How am I supposed to know?
You're the leader here.
All I know is it won't work without the crystal.
So, what do we do?
You tell me.
Well, let's plug in the old crystal. You still have it, right?
The old one's dead. The mana completely drained. As useful as a piece of glass. Now be quiet and let me think.
Are you in charge? What's going on here?
Damned if I know. That's exactly what I'm trying to figure out. We were trying to get this ancient piece of stone working again. We re-etched the levitation sigils, reversed the charge on the amalgam.
Could you please skip straight to the wandering undead?
Anyway, the water must flow, so we went through the protocol step by step. The final directive was to replace the energy crystal. That's when all this started, when we plugged the crystal into its slot. Next thing you know, the undead were stumbling about everywhere. They were after the crystal. The workmen scattered and took cover wherever they could. And now the crystal's gone. I think the undead took it back to their graveyard. But I'm not setting foot in there. So don't ask.
What do we do now?
How am I supposed to know?
You're the leader here.
All I know is it won't work without the crystal.
So, what do we do?
I told you. I told you my godmother wasn't lying about the undead.
Calm down, Deli. Nobody's chasing us. They're all back at the cemetery. Once Far and Kudlay mend the cart, we'll continue our journey.
Continue with what? Are you going to pull the cart? Because the horse has fled.
Ugh, you've always had a poisoned tongue. Far is going to bring a horse from the village.
Hey, Far, go get a horse. And make sure the skeletons don't eat you.
It looks as if those restless souls want the crystal to warm themselves. Something is awry in the underworld. Are you the keeper of this graveyard?
I am the guardian of this cemetery. I watch over the dead. My name is Sir Valiant.
There's no trace of necromancy here, meaning the dead must have risen on their own. How can that be?
In the gray world of the afterlife, the world's light shines no more. It was devoured somehow by something that is not death. The dead were terrified there, in the cold and the dark, and enraged by this great crime. That is why they sought the crystal.
No more world's light in the underworld. But up here, we can see it plain as day. Literally. Now what?
There used to be a mourner's statue here. It guarded the world of the living from those forbidden to pass, but an unworthy one came. A thief. A thief called Garrett. He removed the soul seal. Then I could hold back the dead no more. They broke loose and stole the crystal. And now they feed upon it.
I think I understand. How can we fix this?
If you return the soul seal, I shall resume my vigil and keep the dead in their rightful domain. But if you return the crystal to its former place, the dead warriors will rise again.
Where else does one find a thief in possession of a rare artifact? If not in the local brigand den.
Have you come for Malena? Really? When I saw her tied up, let's just say it made me keenly aware of my own captivity.
Are you a prisoner? You don't seem to be chained.
Ugh, you're as simple as Cleaver. He also thinks imprisoning someone is simply a matter of tying them up. Well, two simpletons are bound to see eye to eye. But remember, Marlena isn't the only one who's lost her freedom.
Are you going to suggest a cunning plan?
If I regain my freedom, I'll be able to do many things. For you, for me, for Marlena too. But I cannot succeed alone. I must deliver Bludgeon's rendezvous invitation. Everything has been prepared at the Bandit Sanctuary. Food, beverages, a warm velvety blanket. I warned everyone to stay away. But delivering the invitation to the only one I hold in awe and dread, I fear that is beyond me.
I think I can guess who you're talking about.
Madame de Guienne. She has a salon in Marcella. Do you know it?
A fortress for brigands. A nightmare for kings.
Where do we go next? Damned if I know. We're out of luck.
To what do I owe the honor?
I hear you're a merchant. I have an artifact, replete with mana. Ancient. What do you say?
You found the right man. But you're not one of my regulars.
You got me. I'm looking for a thief named Garrett. I believe he tried to sell you something. Is that correct?
Indeed. He was by here not very long ago. He brought this huge, ornate object made of silver. Heavy, too. 3 pounds, if it was an ounce. But I didn't take it. My gut told me there was something dodgy about it.
Yes. That's the soul seal from the graveyard. Where's Garrett now?
Since he couldn't peddle his little trinket to me, he'll go to Castor, a merchant of magical items in Marcella. Castor doesn't usually trade off the books, but if Garrett spins a convincing enough lie, who knows?
I will. And fairly soon.
Where do we go? No matter where we go, Cedric drove them all away, the brute. Who is he anyway? Little sidekick. Small potatoes, though. His gang doesn't even have a proper name. I'm so hungry, I'd fight a wolf.
You have no idea what we've been through.
There are only a handful of these artifacts in the world.
What did you say it's made of?
Can't you see? Pure silver.
Doesn't look like it to me. More like tin.
Oh, are you blind, man?
All right, all right. But I don't feel good about this. Where did you find it?
Along the road, as I said.
You said you found it in a barrel.
In a barrel on the road.
Well, what say you to 100?
1,000.
I could go 150.
800, and that's final.
Let me take another look.
Forgive me, gentlemen, but I must step in.
Oh my, who are you?
Someone with empathy for the dead. I'm on a quest to retrieve the soul seal that you stole. Are you going to resist, or can we do this without blood? I just washed my shirt, you see.
By the elements, there it is, the cause of all my troubles. Garrett, how many of these soul seals have you stolen?
I haven't stolen anything. How was I to know the damn thing is so important? Well, easy come, easy go. Take it.
Put it back. Quickly now.
I'm no thief. Do you have any witnesses to back up these outrageous allegations? They must be among the living, mind you.
The seal is almost set. You have acted with honor and integrity, as a hero should. But be prepared. A groan from the underworld can be heard even here. My soldiers are crying out for assistance. As soon as the seal is secure, you will go over to the other side and lead them in one last battle.
What, are you asking me to die?
Of course not. Your spirit will use the seal to cross the veil. Your form will remain alive here, but your mind will travel to the underworld. Do not refuse, my soldiers. Every one of them gave his life for Nostria. For everyone alive today, take command of their army and conquer this threat more terrible than death. Soul Seal has returned to its rightful place. It will warm us. Even the dead must be loyal to their oaths. I swore allegiance to the crown. As the keeper of this cemetery, I owe you. There are many warriors here. Their hearts turned to dust long ago, and their eye sockets are long empty. But their spirits still long for battle. They will serve you as a token of my respect.
Do you even realize what you've done?
What do you mean? I followed the book.
What book? You were supposed to figure this out yourself.
You had better think this through. Give me the guards, or a few dozen golems.
Get the aqueduct running this instant.
I can't without the crystal. Even if I had it, I wouldn't.
How dare you talk back to me?
Oh, I dare. I want to live. Hey, you! Yes, you there! Come here!
Who's this now?
Hold on, I think we found the crystal.
Quit shivering, you worthless wretch. You're safe now.
Glory to the four gods. Ugh, I ought to move somewhere else. Anywhere. To the Albion Highlands if need be. There's no life for me here.
And where is your boss? You know, the Joker?
He's in Marcella. Went there to appease the magistrate. Let's hope he can get the water running before he reaches the capital. By the way, Pitt left us something, in case you were successful recovering the crystal. Here you go. Now, I'm going to take a nap. It's been a hellishly long day.
told you. I told you my godmother.
Help! Murder!
I don't see anyone being murdered here.
I'm the headman's wife. He and some men are across the river at the mill. The undead have surrounded them, a whole horde of the creatures. I beg you, help them, or they'll be massacred.
What about the guards? I could use some help here.
Never mind those yellow bellies, they won't come. They claim the village is under siege, and they can't open the gates until the undead are gone.
Hey, who are you? Where's the village guard?
And who are you? Another relation of the headman's?
I'm Kamas, the smith. George and I were trapped in the mill for the longest time. When we realized the guards weren't coming, we tried to break out. I managed to escape, but it looks like George didn't. Damn it, they'll kill him.
Show me the way to the mill. Let's see what's left of him.
How are you? Are you all right?
My fight isn't over yet. Wait, I know Comos, but who are you?
It's a long story. All you need to know is, I'm acting at the behest of the prince.
The prince sent you from Marcella then? Where are the guards? They promised to keep us safe.
Last I saw, they were hiding behind the gates like a clutch of shy schoolgirls.
Do you hear, Comos? The miller was right. We've been fed nothing but lies. There's no guards. Just bandits in marching outfits.
But he's got the paper with the magic crest and seal. He was sent by the Archmage, wasn't he?
Use your head, Comos. Did he actually let anyone read it? I haven't seen it. He just waved it in front of my nose. They're bandits, all right. And their papers are fake. They'll just bleed us for a little while, then disappear back to their hidey hole.
There's no way I'm allowing that. Time to get our spears.
What is he hoping, that the guards will let him in?
Oh, Comos doesn't need the gates to get inside. He knows every secret in the village. We'll open the gate and throw that riffraff out. And those we keep will be punished. As is our custom.
That's not even funny, headman. Peasants against guards? They'll slay you all.
Well, I reckon we could count on your help. Don't tell me you're gonna leave the village high and dry now.
Very well. I will deal with it my way. Don't go anywhere. I hope I'm not too late for the interesting bit. Who should I be today? Peacekeeper or Blade of Vengeance? I'll keep this brief. Disperse.
Why would we do that? No way. These freeloaders made fools of us all. They ate our food, drank our wine, and lived here like serpent kings. They promised to protect us, but they're no more handy in a fight than a plate of soggy biscuits. I'll show them. I'm going to beat the nonsense out of them.
I am a representative of the Crown and Prince Adrian. Calm down, all of you. Especially you, Smith.
Fine, fine. We submit ourselves to the authority of the Crown. What's the point in arguing? Calm down, lads. The King's people are here. They'll deal with these rogues.
Are you in charge? Tell those goons of yours in the square to get lost, or I cannot guarantee your safety.
Hey, who are you anyway?
Why should I trust you?
Because if you don't, I'll help the villagers massacre you all. Do you think a handful of panicked guards is enough to challenge us?
I see. What a life, huh? I don't want to start my journey to the underworld in this hole. Everybody, return to our yard. There'll be no fight today. The Marcellans give their word.
A wise decision. Now explain to me who you are and what you're doing here.
Very well. I'm sick of the lies. We're from the Mage Factory. We work as guards there. They sent us to Rickville to fetch supplies, and here we are. Luggy must have possessed us.
You mean you were dispatched before the disaster?
I know nothing about any disaster. We weren't at the Mage Factory that night. They sent us to Rickville for provisions. We followed orders, that's all. What do we do now? We'll be arrested as deserters. They probably won't even bother questioning us. Just hang us from the trees. Or maybe a sharp blade would make a better end. That's why I made up the story about the Archmage. I wanted to buy some time.
You've quite a passion for uninventive lies. Best stay here until everything is settled.
Well, we don't have anywhere else to go.
I'm tired of living here. How much longer must we slave away for that, George?
Oh.
But maybe things have settled down.
Creator, save us. This is Hugo's medallion. What happened to him?
Your son got fired, became a thief, and ended up in a cage outside a tavern in Marcella. How ironic.
Who's guarding him? That big brute Garlon from the tavern?
What's so interesting about this Garland?
He used to take bribes back when he was a guard. Everyone knows it. No reason it shouldn't work now. I implore you, take it. It's all I have. Please, give this purse to Hugo before it's too late.
What a slacker! A Loggy's fool! I'll show you, bastard! Ugh!
What? Sorry, that was mesmerizing.
Oh, it's you. Sorry, that was so rude. I was cursing Fontaine. That's my apprentice. I sent him to the fair to get a toolbox, and he just took off.
Did he take your money, too?
He must be at the tavern by the tower. I caught him in the baths last time. I bet he's in there again. If you happen to see him, tell him that Kamos is really eager to have him back. Boy's worse than a trawl.
I told you everything.
Hey, farmer. Do you recognize this medallion?
Of course I do. Belongs to my son, Hugo.
Your son got fired from his job, became a thief, and ended up in a cage. Ironic, isn't it? Headman.
That insolent brat. That mama's boy, what a disgrace. I spent so much time on him, so much effort, and he just, well, it's nothing to do with me. Tell them he's not my son, and I won't do nothing to help him. The son of Rickville's headman cannot be a thief. Go to the people who caught him and tell them this. The law says misdeeds must be punished, so punished he will be.
That wonderful fresh bread.
It's sour now.
Is that it?
He told me about the book himself.
I don't care who told you. I don't believe it.
What are the dwarves doing here?
Well, we buy grain here and take it to Riggern. But I don't understand why the Royal Guards had a brush with the locals right now.
It's a long story, and I figured it out. Are you from Ongeborg?
Of course. If you want strong fists and iron beards, talk to Tarif. We dwarves are good fighters, yes.
Rickville's ways are certainly curious. A brother and sister quarreling for 7 years.
As if every family in Floster lives in harmony.
They go at it like beasts, like they want to kill each other.
Ha! Beasts, exactly. They both studied with the druids and then... Then Edgar decided to make some money from what he learned.
Bravo to that. I approve of his business acumen.
We all do, except for Aro, who has a soft spot for animals.
Why waste your time worrying about animals? Without the creator's spark, they're nothing but dumb creatures.
Ah, who can understand these druids? You Floster folks aren't much better, mind.
How do you like that wonderful fresh bread from our Garrick?
Aha. So you had some too?
I sure did. So sour you can hardly force it down.
That's because he tossed all sorts of magic powers into it.
Magic powders? What do you mean?
I know what I'm talking about. He found them in the cemetery alongside some old book full of recipes. Magic recipes. He couldn't stop boasting about it. That's probably why his bread is so sour now.
Is that it? Maybe the klutz his leavening just got spoiled.
No, I'm telling you. He puts rat blood and frog tongues into the bread. The other day, his bread came out pale red, just like your old tunic.
Get away with your stories. What stupidity.
He told me about the book himself.
I don't care who told you. I don't believe it. If he's a baker, then you're Madame de Guienne. That's all there is to it.
Just shut it already.
Oh, I'll tell you more. Ascol used to talk about it. Stumbled upon. Told me it's full of gold left behind by the serpent worshippers.
How did he find it?
He was out traipsing through the woods.
And you believe that?
I'm not sure, but he certainly was acting odd right before he disappeared. He must have known something. He wasn't kidnapped. He left.
Do you think he'll come back?
Who knows? Maybe he'll come back, or maybe he's in the land of the elves now, living a happy new life.
I swear your head man is like the hero of some tragedy. Says he doesn't recognize his son, and the young man must be punished according to the law.
I understand. If the village gets wind of this, he'll stink forever. Don't worry about the kid. He'll spend a week or two in the cage, and get a couple of dozen stripes across his back, that's all. You have my word. Serve him right, too. That lout was spoiled rotten.
Indeed. His is but a minor role in the comedy of life, just like his doting mother.
Oh, speaking of Cora, Mama's boy tried to bribe me with this strange letter. Not like I got any use for it, I can't read. Guess those guard lessons didn't do me much good. You might as well take it, looks important. Maybe you can use it.
Weather's been fair of late.
I'm tired of living here. How much...
Keep your gold. I don't bother with tiny bribes.
Ugh. It always ends up George's way. Why? What if they beat him to death?
If it were down to me, I'd chop off his hand. Be thankful, farmer, that I am not the Queen of Nostria. How interesting. Sucking the life force from every living thing. Dark magic. What else could it be? I've never seen magic like this. Lovely rattlebox. I'd like to take it on a tour of the Black Castle. The Blight is here as well.
It devours Nostria. But we will buy some time. After all, we will have allies.
Whom do you summon now?
Neither light nor darkness dwell in the Blight. Therefore, even the kings of the dead come to fight against the devouring void. Moraine is a witch of the Serpentines, who became an immortal lich. Go and fight.
Did you see that? It nearly killed me. What if I hadn't gotten the shield up in time? Look at that. It's shut down. I'd been hoping it would drive away the hacker, but...
There's another shield at the entrance. Is it also yours? I was on my way to visit the Mage's Tower.
Sorry, no can do. I set up that shield for a reason. To contain the enraged golems and the hacker. I was updating the control logo when a hacking attempt was initiated. I was barely able to materialize the log scroll. See these red lines of code? That's where the hacker intervened. He tried to copy my work and seize control.
But to hack the golems during a Logos update, I have to confess I'm impressed.
Same here. Whoever did this was really intelligent. If one of the golems hadn't rushed at me, I'd have caught the sneak. He's hiding somewhere. I'll send a search rune. Maybe you'll manage to capture him. You need to get to the tower anyway, don't you? You could just fight your way past the golems, but I'm sure the search would be quicker.
There's no one here. A game of hide and seek, huh?
Logi, take you! What am I gonna say to Bludgeon now?
Bludgeon? Why would the bandit chief want my logos? Did he manage to get his hands on some golems?
Halt!
Left through the portal. What a capable guy.
Who, the criminal?
Yes. He managed to hack the golems, and it took him only a second to jump into the spirit world. But he's obviously self-taught. He didn't even close the portal. He's gonna get a good scolding now from the control spirits. They're pretty worked up because of the hacking. Maybe you can help him.
Hold on, now you want me to save your hacker?
He must have stepped off the straight and narrow. Got in with a bad crowd, and they talked him into it. What a talent. You can tell he's strong.
And there's a burglar. He played himself into a trap.
This is the worst portal to another dimension I've ever seen.
Probably because it's the first one. After a little practice, you'll do better.
The spirits almost tore me apart, and I had no mana left to create another portal. I myself angered those spirits when I tried to infiltrate the golem controls. Ugh, damn it. You saved my life and caught me at the same time.
Ironic. All clear. We can go.
Here you are at last. I've been waiting for you.
What will happen to him now? Some kind of magical punishment?
You calmed down the controlling spirits, and now the golems have stopped rampaging. Turned off. Thank you. And you. What's your name?
Rowan?
Rowan, you did a very bad thing. But now you'll have a chance to make things right.
I'm sorry, what?
Do you want to study at the Mage's Tower?
That was predictable.
Think about it. You're a strong mage. You've got potential. None of the villains can reach you here. You shouldn't waste your talent.
But... Are you joking? How... Can I really?
Of course. Come on.
I... agree.
First, you're going to help with damaged golems. You've already started to understand how they're made, right?
A little bit, yes, but Logoi are indeed very complex.
Well, we'll have a look together.
Today's a very important day for us, my lovely.
But why?
My boy wrote to say he started studying.
So I shielded
My heart skipped a beat with such talent.
What an intriguing village, with a very unusual magical signature. Do you know what this device was detecting?
No, of course not. But fortunately, the Creator has heard my prayers. Amanda, a neighbor of mine from Parnak, found me. Let me present her to you and she'll explain it all.
Always pleased to meet someone learned.
Let me introduce myself. I'm Amanda, a disciple of the Mage's Tower. Bernard was exceedingly nervous about the device, so I said I would try to figure it out myself. Let me see it. Give me a few minutes.
Well, what does it say?
It indicates a strong efflux of dark charms in the village, most intensely by the mountain wall. What could it be? Oh, Creator, the Mage's Tower!
Why am I not surprised to hear about mages?
Grills! There are several of these round waste grills on high, and one of them is open. That means the mages were dumping their magical garbage down on the village. The locals have nothing to do with it. We thought the villagers of Rickville were poisoning us. They've always hated us. But as it turns out, the mages are truly to blame.
Such a grave accusation must be supported by proof. Any ideas?
How about this? Let's meet in the Mage's Tower in the yard by the Market Street. I seem to recall something relevant in the archives. Not to worry, I'll figure something out.
I'd visit the Mage's Tower myself and ask around, but I find it very intimidating. Who knows with mages? Maybe I ask about this Parnack stuff and kazam! I spend the rest of my days on a lily pad eating flies. Actually doesn't sound all that bad.
My boy wrote to say he started studying the art of brewing elixirs. I was so pleased and my heart skipped a beat. With such talent in the family, we needn't pay for a healer ever again.
Mine has had little success in elixirs, or so his mentor says. On the other hand, he's always the champion in fisticuffs.
Yeah, your son certainly stands out amongst the others. Built like a barrel, and always the tallest in the crowd.
If I had my way, I'd trade a bit of that brawn for brain. If only his studies included breaking rocks or pulling a plow, he'd be the best student in the tower.
Today's a very important day for us, my lovely.
But why?
Because today, I finally screwed up my courage to ask you out on a date. The magic cards divined that you'd accept.
Perhaps your magic cards also divined my name?
It's Enya, right?
Wow.
See? Magic cards never lie. We're definitely going on a date today.
I've had such a good week. I've sold 6 magic tomes, 26 workbooks, and 4 spell books. Not bad at all. Wish I could say the same. How's it going for you? Not so good. No one wants to buy expensive wines these days, and I can't make a living selling cheap booze to disciples. Sorry to hear that, friend, but I've got some good news for you. What is it? The Rector's birthday is coming up. Plenty of folks will want to gift the esteemed scientist a bottle from your cellars. Oh, that's splendid. I hope they buy my entire stock.
Today's a very important day for us, my lovely.
But why?
The DuPont invited you here, didn't he? Don't let his debonair style fool you. He's very dangerous. Be careful of him.
Much as I loathe being anyone's errand girl, I do anything for the crown. Bludgeon has sent you a message.
Shh! Quiet, sweet messenger. No need to share my private joy with all and sundry. Give it to me. Oh, he's so suave. Listen to this. And then I'll throw you down in the tall grass and... Ah, it gets rather personal after that bit.
Personal, you say? You must be eager to find out if he's sincere, no?
But of course. And I will need an escort. I'll feel safer that way. And I believe you're heading in the same direction? By the by, here's my new maid, a novice sorceress. She hasn't many skills, but one of them is transporting as many as 2 people from one place to another. To be honest, it's all she's good for. Come on now, teleport us, slow coach.
Yes, milady.
You brought company. Did you think it would be boring with just the 2 of us?
I am but a frail lady, my dear. Suppose it wasn't you waiting for me here, but one of my numerous enemies.
As you can see, I'm here.
Before I leave you, I'd like to inquire about Bonnie's fate.
Ah, so that's who you truly care about. That girl sure knows how to choose her defenders. Tell her she's free. For now.
Something?
I love heroes, always rushing to rescue the fair damsel.
I can't say it's drained me much. And don't forget your promise to help Marlena.
My promise. Digyen dragged you right in along with her, just as I thought. She must have suspected this wasn't a rendezvous, but a trap waiting for her. Now I have a witness to her involvement with Bludgeon. And not just any witness, but the savior of Nostria. Now Bludgeon will make it clear to her. She ought to be afraid of me.
Ugh, too many words. Do you intend to assist Marlena, yes or no?
I do have some sympathy for the girl. How foolish of her to get trapped by Cleaver. I'll have no trouble convincing that boar to let the poor girl go. Remember how I said Bludgeon would take Marlena away from you?
Well, yes, I suppose you did.
Then let me remind you. Marlena is leaving to work at the Yen Salon right now.
What prompted this change of mind? And how did you come to hear of it?
Because I arranged the whole thing, Lord Brain. Did you see Bludgeon leave? He went to make the arrangements with the Yen, and those arrangements have arrived. Marlena's escort is none other than the savior of Nostria.
Yes, I have eyes, you know. So the girl is going to work in the Guillen's parlor, like Bonnie before her.
I didn't ask for the details.
I see. That Viper isn't going to share the particulars. I wonder, whatever does Bludgeon see in her? But Bludgeon's whims are none of my business. Take your girl and go.
Actually, I think she's engaged to be married.
I don't care. I simply wanted to keep Brand in my service. But now he's done with banditry altogether. That's as clear as day.
I thought I would rejoice in regaining my freedom, but all I feel is a deep sadness.
You're one complicated character. What's the matter? Have you taken a liking to Cleaver?
How rude, I'm no common slattern to love the likes of him, but I was expecting my betrothed to rescue me. Not some hireling. Yet instead of Brand, and Brand says, you.
Yes, the familiar old tale had a minor revision. What now? Is the story not going to end in a wedding? That would be novel.
I can't abide the sight of that coward, and I don't want his ring anymore. Here, you can have it. Perhaps you can put it to use.
Oh, now there's a mark if ever I seen one.
I'll make my own way now. Thank you for freeing me.
1 month from now, a city official will be riding out of Flux.
If you're here about the Mage Factory goods, I'm afraid I can't help you. That's it. The store's closed for good. You can thank the King's sorcerers for that.
Not taking on worse.
Oh, it's you. What are you doing here? After that chick debacle, I was forced to flee the city. I planned to lay low in Parnac for a while. But there's some sort of plague going on. Then I tried my luck with the refugees, but they've got their own troubles. They're no fun anyway. Now I'm stuck with these shag rags. Fist made me his errand boy, rubbing some crud on the skins. Like some lowly apprentice. This is all your fault.
Boo and who. Quick, someone pass me a hanky. I wish you luck in your new position. Stay in touch.
It's a frost guard with a lot of you.
Vincent is late.
I can't wait. While you're here trading stolen goods, they're destroying our lands.
Sadie, why can't you understand? I'm completely on your side. You're Bludgeon's friend, and he would never leave his friends behind. If Vincent is late, we'll help you some other way.
I need people. Some tough fellows capable of running through the woods.
Piece of cake.
And sharpshooters, too.
Oh, that's trickier. Wait, I'll find out.
Hey, you. Can you shoot a bow?
To whom do I have the honor of speaking?
I'm Sadie. They call me Bloody for a reason.
And they call me the Black Countess. Also for a reason. What do you want?
The guys and I, we kill people, yes. But only those who deserve it, despite what others say. Only scum of all kinds. Do you see that black spot nearby, as if something was burned? It's hardly the first village to be left looking like that. Thanks to those enlightened ones. Hardly anyone out of all the centurions, archmages, and kings know the truth. Those ghouls enchant and kidnap people. Everywhere they go to perform their dark magic rituals, they bring death. We hunt them and avenge all of the kidnapped and murdered victims. And our land. Join my squad.
I'm somewhat busy right now. Maybe next time.
Damned if I know. We're out of luck no matter where we go. Cedric drove them all away, the brute.
Who is he, anyway?
Bludgeon's sidekick. Small potatoes, though. His gang doesn't even have a proper name. And look at him go. Now he's the one in charge.
Say, what do you think about joining it? Lady Luck seems to have taken a shine to them all. We'll do some real robbing and live like kings.
Are you crazy? Bludgeon's gonna put a price on his head any day now. Tenebras or his lackeys will pay him a little visit, and that'll be the end of Cedric. Might as well start carving a headstone now.
Then we better stay where we are. Maybe we'll get lucky.
If you count her service to De Guillen,
You want a piece
a
of
decade
this?
at least. And why wouldn't you count it? It's a toss-up which is worse, though. The salon or the den.
You have quite a way with words. You're the funniest gal I've ever had the pleasure to be with.
And I haven't even told you about Bonnie trying to send someone to De Guillen in her place. What a lark.
You have no idea what we've been through. No entry. Order of the Royal Council.
Vegetables! Fresh vegetables!
They must have caught a traitor.
Hey, heard the new joke about the Savior? You will have 3, and then draws a sword and quiet.
You saved me. They must have caught a traitor.
They should have got it.
They must have caught a traitor.
They should have gone after the bandits instead and protected the roads.
The new recruits, huh?